Good morning. It is June 12th. It's 7:10. This is Bev. This is the Bev D Show. I'm your host, and I'm late. And here's why. It's all because of music's fault. I was doing my little dance workout, and this song came on that I haven't heard in a long time, and I got so caught up in it, and I highly recommend, if you want to listen to something that's really fun, listen to Sedona. It's by Hound Mouth. You've got to listen to these guys. And there's a girl in there too, so guys, whatever. Anyways, it's an amazing song. It's very uplifting, and it was that one, and oh my gosh, it's from Johnny Depp was in a movie. I would walk 100 miles. I would walk. I cannot think of the name of it. Daggone it. Oh, it's going to come to me. Anyways, that was about 7 minutes worth of just pure joy, dancing, exercising. And so I'm late, and I'm sorry. So I'm owning it at least. At least I'm not trying to, dust off the computer and everything and pretend like it's 7. I'm very well aware of what time it is. So anyhow, good morning. It's going to be a little short segment here because I'm late, so it kind of cuts into the time that I like to spend, but just to dive right into it on the training side and the business side of things, we had a little bit of a conversation yesterday in training, and it was over, there were good handful of people in the room talking about in the business world and in the sales world whether excuse me, whether they leave voicemails or not. And I heard them out. There's a couple of reasons why they don't. One is if they leave a voicemail, their odds of that person returning the call are very, slim, and next to none is how they felt by it. And that in the time that they could have left a voicemail, that they could have made a couple of other sales calls. And while I do agree with the productivity side, I really am a person, and I know we have top sales reps in many organizations that probably do not leave voicemails, and then there are those that do. I am in the leave a voicemail, please camp. And here's why. I look at it this way. When we're in the sales world and we're making outbound sales calls, and this is what we do for a living, and along with getting told no for a living, it is up to us as sales executives to be branding ourselves and our company and or our product to get whatever services we provide or talk about the product that we have to let people know, A, that it's out there, and B, this is what we do, and get in touch with me so that we can move forward or have conversations about this. So while that is my belief, and to get those things stirred up, you have to get on the phone and maybe schedule an appointment, or maybe you're a sales agent, a telephone sales agent, where you actually, this is where it all takes place. It's all over the phone. Maybe there's a webinar or an online little Skype thing that might happen, or it's all through email and telephone calls. And so as a firm believer in this, here's my soapbox. For me, if you're dialing the phone, you're expecting something to happen. There is an activity, there is a product, a completion, a process that you are expecting and hoping happens when you dial that phone. So you call up and you get a hold of, I do not call her or him the gatekeeper. I do definitely call them my best friend, because if I haven't developed a level of respect and trust in that person, I'm getting nowhere. She's not the gatekeeper. She's the keeper, the gateway person. If I get her or him on my side by being honest and forthright as to who I am and why I'm calling, and I get her on my behalf in a very sincere and genuine way, she's going to go to bat for me. There's a good chance that person that's answering the phone is going to be the one that says, hey, did you call Bev back? She called in again today. I really think this is a good idea that we should do this. So I really like to become friends with them. Second of all, if my prospect isn't there, and I've got two scenarios. Let's say he isn't there and it's the first time I'm calling in and she says, I can connect you to his voicemail. I say, yes. Yeah, let's do this. Because I called up. I took the time to dial the number. I am expecting at least to have a minute or 2 minute call with the possible decision maker. Why the hell wouldn't I leave a voicemail that's about 15 to 20 seconds saying, hey, this is Bev. This is why I'm calling. The best way to reach me is my cell phone number. I'm really excited about this opportunity. Wanted to talk to you about a couple of things. I'll call you back tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And thank you so much and have a nice day. I think that took maybe 10 seconds. So now tomorrow I call back, and again, I haven't spoken with them. And I call back and I say, hey, this is Bev. I called you yesterday. Was really excited to introduce what we're doing here, and was hoping to talk to you today. Understand we're both very, very busy, as am I, but just wanted to give it a go. I told you I'd call you at 10, and I certainly am doing that. Have a great day. Here's my cell phone number. It's the best way to reach me. Now, in the meantime, I've already established a level of trust from her, and if his email or her email isn't online on the website or whatever, I ask her for it. And I always back up every single call, every voicemail, every call with an email. However brief that might be, it might be, hello, was thinking about you today, hope you're having a great day, looking forward to speaking to you, email. But here's how I feel. Now remember, I haven't spoken with them yet. Okay, so you have to keep in this scenario in your head. I have not had the opportunity to have a conversation with the decision maker yet. So I look at it this way, especially in the line of work where let's just say we're in advertising sales, okay? I am responsible as a sales executive to get my name out there to as many people as possible. When you sell advertising, you're selling an ad, and everybody knows it, whether they're selling the ad or buying the ad. Coca-Cola, everybody knows this. We don't know really what that return is on that ad when we first do it. It's an idea. It's a concept. Let's try this market. Let's try this. Let's change this up. Let's put our business in front of these people. So it's an idea. It's a theory that it might work. Well, I, as a person who the way people find out about me is via telephone, social media, or voicemail, or email, I have a responsibility to my little brand of to get my name out there, say my name as much as possible, tell people as much as possible what I'm doing. Why would I not be planting that seed through a voicemail every time I do it? People say, well, you're wasting your time. Well, then why did I dial the phone? If I'm not calling to make it a quality, complete call. And here's another thing. How about when you do call in and somebody does answer the phone and there isn't an extension and you are dealing with the front person? How about if she says, hey, that girl called again. She really wants to talk to you. Did you get a voicemail? And the guy goes, no, I didn't. And she's like, well, she's called in twice. I sent her to your voicemail. Now what did I do to my credibility with her? So, yes, I always leave voicemails. If I get the decision maker and I talk to him that first time, and he and I or she and I set up a time, now I'm going to follow up. And I said, I would call them at 2 o'clock on Tuesday. Let's say that person, what a surprise, isn't there. You better believe I'm putting my stamp on that, and I am leaving a voicemail, and it takes about 15 seconds to say, hey, This is Bev. I was just following up at 2 o'clock, just like we discussed. Here's my cell phone number. I told you I'd call you at 2, and I'm always a woman of my word, and just looking forward to talking to you about the benefits of what we're doing here. Hope you're having a great day. Because I am following through with my brand Bev advertisement via this voicemail. So I'm reaching out to as many people, contacting as many people as I can, and I don't leave tricky voicemails. I don't just leave a phone number and a name. Here's who I am. This is what I'm doing. And oh, by the way, I did look at the clock. That took 15 seconds. If you don't have 15 seconds to invest to tell somebody who you are, that you're calling back, and make yourself feel productive of closing out that call, I want to know what else you would be doing with that 15 seconds. Calling blindly into somebody that you never talked to before, which you might get their voicemail. Look, people are busy. So if it isn't working where the front gateway person isn't letting you through, what makes you think they're not going to screen their calls? So why not leave a pleasant professional voicemail? This is who I am. This is why I'm calling. Now, moving forward from that, when you're in a training situation and you're just starting out and you're starting to make your first calls, I say, hell yes, leave a voicemail, because it's a way to practice your script and what you're saying. It's a way to get your message out there without any objections or interruptions. So you want to talk about making the most of your time and time investment and productivity. I say it takes more out of me mentally and emotionally to hang up that phone and not leave a voicemail. Because here's 100% way I know they won't call back. And that is if I don't leave a voicemail. If I'm dropping and planting that seed a few times and I'm saying, hey, this is me. And if I leave, like maybe it's a situation where I have had a conversation with them and I really thought that we were going to move forward with something, then I leave that breakup voicemail. Hey, this is Bev. I've left you a couple of voicemails. I'm calling you back exactly the way I said I would. But you know what? I'm thinking this isn't the right time. I'm thinking this is a situation where if you do not have the time to get back with me, and I completely understand, I'll just make a note of it to move forward. I'm putting the ball in your court. If you want to give me a call, the only reason why I'm following up, Mr. Potential Customer, is because I thought it would be such a good opportunity for you to, and whatever you guys are selling. So, grow your business through advertising. Thanks so much. And I'll follow up with an email, and you can get back with me if this is the right time. But I only have so much space left. And so I need to move on with other potential customers. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Here's my cell phone. Talk to you soon. And when you call and you leave a voicemail, within 2 or 3 seconds, you need to be saying hi, saying your name and who you are and where you're calling from. Because if they hang up on your voicemail and they're not even listening, at least you got your brand out there. Hey, this is Bev. This is where I'm calling from. Here's my phone number. And that takes about 3 or 4 seconds. So I highly recommend it. It's a way to keep your brand out there. It's a way to keep you feeling productive in that, you're leaving a message, your message. It's like pulling up to the store and not going in. It's like standing in line at the amusement park, getting all the way up there, and you don't get on the ride. It's like brewing a fresh pot of coffee and not getting a cup. It almost completely opposite doesn't make sense to me. Is a voicemail archaic? Okay, if everybody, if you've got that attitude, but so is a lot of other things that are out there that we're still using. I always say social media is the death of us or the best of us. If somebody puts out on social media an idea and they say something along the lines of, well, I never leave a voicemail. Nobody listens to voicemail anymore. Well, what? I do. I go to my desk. I'm a recruiter. I want to hear from those